So yesterday we saw three main properties of transform. What are those three important properties? One is translate, one is rotate, one is scale. We saw three properties. Today we'll see some more properties. Fourth one is skew, and the syntax for the skew is transform. I'll say skew x. So skew can be x, or skew can be y, or skew consists of both the x and y. So I can say 20 degree. If you have done Photoshop, you might have seen the skew, and we'll see really now what exactly how it looks like. Or I can say skew is equal to 20 degree and 10 degree. So this is for the x axis, this is for the y axis, and this is for both the axis. First one is the x axis, second one is the y axis. So let's try to see how it looks. So first I'll put transform skew x. So let's put this in little bit in the center margin left. I can say 200 pixel. I'll say margin top also 100 pixel. Now I'll say 2x. So once I say 2x, it will become a parallelogram kind of thing. So it turns tilt 20 degrees towards the left side, and this on the x-axis. So it is called transform skew x. If I say y, so it now transforms on the y-axis, and I can say, if maybe I can increase the degree 30 degree, so it is more on the y-axis. So it's tilting towards the y-axis. If I say x-axis, it's tilting towards the x-axis. And I can say skew. First I'll put x 30 degree on the x-axis and 20 degree on the y-axis. So it's doing on the both sides, x-axis also, y-axis also. So this is the three properties of the skew. So we have three properties of skew, like these three. So just try to see it, and sometimes in future you may require some time to transform the object to rotate or translate or scale or skew. You can use these properties. Next one is a combination of all the four, and that is called the matrix. So matrix takes following parameters. So it has transform matrix, and in the matrix it takes following thing. First it will take scale x. Second it will take skew y. Third it will take skew x. Fourth it will take scale y. Fifth it will take translate x. Sixth it will take translate y. So these parameters, that means if you want to pass all the parameters in one line, you use the matrix and you will pass in this format. So for example, if you want to keep the size same as original, you need to pass scale x equal to 1 1. If you make this 0 0, then the object will disappear, because the scale is something gives the size. So the normal size is 1 1. Rest all you can put 0, or you can put some value. So for example, I can say it's Q. Right now, let's put 0, 0, and then we'll put some value. Translate 0 and this 0. And let's try to run this one. I'll put 29. 1 second. Okay, let's see. We don't have rotate inside the skew. Okay, let's put the skew first. Whatever matrix is saying. So I give 1, 1. So it's giving the normal size. If I say 2, 2, it's giving the bigger size. And translate, I can say in the translate what we put in the translate pixel. Let's put pixel 50 pixel. Okay, okay. So the matrix does not take the value of pixel in it. Let's try to not working as I expected. Okay, give me 1 minute. Let me see what exactly is the value kind of thing. Okay, so we should not put pixel here, but it is assumed that it's a pixel. So it's saying 150. If I put in the translate, generally translate goes with a pixel, 150 pixel, 200 pixel. So here same thing which we have to do, but here we have to give the without pixel size. We have to give this without pixel. Let's say 150, or I say 200 on the left side x-axis and 100 on the y side. And similarly will be with this one. Okay. So this also rotate 0 is at the normal level. This also goes with the ratio kind of thing. It does not take the degree kind of thing or radians kind of thing. I can say 0.3. It takes kind of the proportionate. 0 is the normal position, and it increases to 0.3. It proportionate to 0.3. That is from 0, 30% more kind of thing. I can put 1, then it gives different. So it does not take the degree or radian, but you have to manually adjust, thinking that 0 is the normal kind of rotation. 1 can be to certain units. One is it something, some units is there, but it is not exactly kind of 20-degree. Like we used to give 20-degree, which is not available in the matrix. So you need to adjust with 0.5. You have to see how much rotation you need, and you have to increase little by little to see exact what rotation you want in the final output. So it does not take the real degrees, and there is no radian also, but it takes the proportionate. 0 is, let's say, normal position, and then you have to rotate as on the x-axis and rotate on the y-axis. That is a skew on the x-axis, skew on the y-axis. You have to increase depending upon how much you want. So you have to see 60 or let's see 2. If I put 2, so it doesn't exactly give me 20 or 30 degree. So it has its own numbering system. Just we have to not define exactly how much it is with the degree. So if I put 0.6, it is exactly how many degree. It's not mentioned in the document. So just you have to think that it's 0 is the normal position, and the more you put the number, more it will rotate. So depending on your requirements, you have to change as per the requirement. So if you want exact measurement, then you should go with the normal flow, that is this one, rotate degree. Here exactly you can give the degree, how many degree you want to rotate. But with this part, it's not exactly the degree. So maybe you can avoid using the matrix and use this one if you don't know exactly. Or if you want to use the matrix, then try to put some number to rotate or to skew as per your design or as per your website is there. So it will be not exactly degree. It will be some proportionate number. 0 is the normal, 1 is little increased number, 2 is double of that number, like that. Okay, so matrix is something I don't use matrix kind of thing. This is what I saw in the documentation, that matrix I cannot see put it the degree in that one. Okay, so let's go further now to next exercise. So now we have we saw the rotate kind of thing, 20 degree. Now in the CSS3 we also have rotate in different axes. I can say rotate X, or I can say rotate Y, or I can say rotate Z. So it can be rotated on the 3-dimension axis. Either you can rotate on x-axis or y-axis or z-axis. So let's see, if I remove this transform, we'll try with rotation of different degrees. So I'll say rotate X. Okay, so in the x-axis, if I say rotate X, and if I give degree, let's say I'm rotating to 20 degree. Let's put some text inside to see what's happening. So 20 degree is not, you're not able to see exactly what is happening. Let's increase the degree to see the exact thing what's happening. Let's say I put 180 degree. So you will see, so let's say there is a line. So let's say there is a line, this is the x-axis. So when I say 180 degree, that means it was here, it moves downwards. That means it rotates on the x-axis and it moved downward. This is called rotate X. Since I put 180 degree, so exactly it starts from here and it rotates down on the x-axis to make it hello world. This is called the y-axis. If I say y, rotate y, so you will see this is the y-axis. It turns on this side and the hello here becomes on this side. It becomes on exactly opposite. That means on the y-axis it turns on this side. And there is a z-axis also, which is 3 dimension. think of the z-axis as a 3-dimension. So it starts from, let's say, this here. So that means it goes from the in the 3-dimension space. So from the front to the back. So if I do z-axis, so you will see that means this, if I don't have this transform, it is normally here. So if I'm doing z-axis means it is rotating from, if I take this part and pull on the this side, this is called the z-axis. I am holding this point and rotating this side and this side. So that is called z-axis. So if you hold a paper, so how can I explain you? Do you understand the meaning of z-axis?
Yeah.
So if let's say there is a string or a rod and paper is attached to the string, and we turn the paper down, that is called z-axis. If I am so it is kind of 3-dimensional, and then so it rotates like z-axis wise. So there, if you see x-axis and z-axis, both are little bit similar, both have different outcome. So both looks little bit similar. If I say z-axis, it turns and comes here because the paper rotates like this. And x-axis also is similar, but it comes forward. X-axis means paper comes forward and down. It goes like this. And y-axis is something, it goes on the from this side on the right side. It goes from the right side. So it's not very important subject. Just remember that these are the 3 axes. Try to put paper on these 3 axes and try to rotate and see how it moves to understand a little better. But it is I try to create a diagram to explain you, but it's not very important. Just try to experiment with different rotate x, y, and z to see which one you figure out what is happening. Well, I put the 180 degree to give the greater effect. You can put 90 degree also, but then the effect will not be, see, 90 degree, the paper goes in the same level as you are, so you're not able to see it. Make it 60, so you will be able to see. So let's try to make one by one. If I put 10 degree, if I put 20 degree, the paper is turning from the right to left gradually. If I'm putting 30 degree, if I'm putting 40 degree, if I'm putting 50 degree, if I'm putting 60 degree, and if I put 80 degree, it is almost, and if I put 90 degree, it is behind this red line. That's the reason it's not able to see. Let's put 120 degree, so it will start coming again. So try to experiment this. You will understand how it is rotating. If I do x-axis, it is similar. If I do 90 degree, it will be hidden behind the x-axis. If I do 60 degree, so it's trying to turn on the front side. So try to do some this experiment and see how each one is rotating. And if still you don't understand, maybe someday if I come on the Sunday lecture in San Jose library, I'll show you with the paper exactly how it means, or I'll find some YouTube video which will exactly show the demonstration of this exactly how it is turning. So this is about the rotate kind of thing. So these are the important properties of the transform which we use in the CSS. Most of the time we use translate and rotate. I never use scaling skew matrix or rotate XYZ. So most of the time translate is used. So that's about CSS. Now let's start JavaScript. Let's close this part. Okay, let's create the JavaScript now. So we completed the classes in the JavaScript. Yesterday we did the call and apply. Did you understand the meaning of call and apply?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very important one. Okay, don't forget that one. That for sure they ask on in the exams, in the interview they ask that one. So today we'll start with a new chapter of JavaScript, and that chapter is array. We have done array in JavaScript, but we will do little more of arrays. Let's say I create a variable called as x equal to x1 equal to, let's say, 31, 21. I can say x2 equal to 31. I can say x3 equal to 41. So I created three variables. I can create same three variables in the array called as, let's say, z, and I create empty array, and then I can say z of 0th position is equal to 21, z of 1 position is equal to 31, z of 2 position equal to 41. And if I print z, it is giving me 21, 31 and 41, all three in the one variable z. So instead of creating these variables, I can create an array which is a single variable, but it holds some multiple values. So this is the first part of the array. Let's move further in the array. I can create array like this. Days of week, for example, is equal to, initially I put empty array, and then I can say days of week 0 is January, is Sunday, days of 1 is Monday. So I can say now days of week of 0th position is Sunday, for example. I will say days. Okay, CSS. I'll give it now first before I. So this is something, three things we saw. Let's put this. Okay, let me give you this one first. Also, I'll give you this one. Okay. So now let's go to our days of the week. I can say days of week 1 is equal to Monday. So like this, I can define the array first, and then I can give each value differently. Or I can define the arrays like in one stroke. I can say days of week is equal to, I will start with the array and I will give the values here only. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I can define in one stroke, or I can define like this. So I can define array in couple of ways, or I can define array in new way also, that is called like this. Days of week. Here I can say new array and inside the new array, I can put all the days. I can so I can create like this, I can create like this, or I can create like this and then update the values. So these are the different ways of creating the array. Now, important thing in array, we need to understand one project is there, small project. So I can create array like, I'll put here how I create the array here. I'll put the different ways of how I can create the array. Now, important project on this is Fibonacci series. It's called Fibonacci series. Do you know what is the Fibonacci series is?
No.
No.
Okay. So this is also important for interview. They ask this question almost in every interview. This is asked. So Fibonacci series is like this. It starts with 0 and second is 1. Then add 0 plus 1 equal to 2. Then 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, sorry. Then add 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Then add 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Then add 2 plus 3 equal to 5. What would be the next value?
8.
What will be the next value?
13.
The next value?
21.
What will be the next value?
34.
Okay. Right, like this it will go out. So in the interview, they will say, okay, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at sixth position, we have the number 8. If I pass 7, it is number, it is 13. If I pass 8, it will the value of 21. So we have to write a program so that whatever number you will specify, it will give the value. So if I say 2, let's go to 0, 1, 2, it should give 1. So if I pass, let's say 5, so I say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it should give the value of 5. If I say 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's it, it should give the value of 13. So that is the aim. So whatever value if I pass, it should give me the corresponding the value. So how to do that using the array? So I will start with the one Fibonacci variable, and it is an array. Okay. So I know that Fibonacci of 0 is 0. This is to be assumed. Okay. Just remember that 0 is 0. So first value I know that it is 0. Second value I know it is 1. So these two values are hard coded. Means you don't have to write anything to define these two values. So first two values are fixed, 0 and 1, and then rest all depend on these two values. So now if I want to find the Fibonacci of 2, so what will be the Fibonacci of 2? It is Fibonacci of 0 plus Fibonacci of 1. So that means if I want to find the 2, it will be 0 plus 1, that is the 1. So the value which will come here is 1. Now if I want to pass the Fibonacci of 3, so what will be the Fibonacci of 3? That will be Fibonacci of 1 plus Fibonacci of 2. That is this plus this. Past two numbers. It is this number plus this number. So what will be the value? 1. This value is 1 and this value is also 1. So it will be 2. Let's go another value. Fibonacci of 4 is equal to Fibonacci of 2 plus Fibonacci of 3. What is the Fibonacci of 2? It is 1. What is Fibonacci of 3? It is 2. So what will be the value here? 3. Now you tell me of Fibonacci of 5. What will be
Three.
this? 3 and
Plus 4.
4.
4. So it will be 2 plus 3, that is 5. And the line goes on continuously. I can use 6, 7, 8, 9. I can go continuously. Now how to do it programmatically? I did this manually. I'm going one by one line. So let's do programmatically. So let's say if you want to find the value of n equal to 6, for example, right? I will start with for var I equal to, since we know 0 and 1 is already we are known, this is already we created. So we will start after this number, that is 2, and then I'll say I less than equal to n. Okay, less than n, because less than equal to n will be 7th number. So we will use less than n. I will say I equal to 2 and I is less than 7, less than n. So n equal to 6 matlab means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 6 actually. N equal to 6 is 6, but counting wise it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But how many elements are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means there is some difference. If you are thinking n means 6, you have to go to 6 times, then use I equal to n. But if you want to go 7 times, then you can use I equal to less than or equal to n. So it depends. It doesn't really matter. Just forget about that point. We can add 1 or minus subtract 1. Just remember this point. So I will go from 2 number till the number which I want. Okay, less than 1. That is total number of elements is, if I say 6, it will go till 5 number. And then I'll say I plus plus. It depends on the interview person taking. Sometimes, he say 5 means this one, or he will count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 means this one. So depend, you have to ask whether it's a number 5 or it should be starting from 0. So depending on that, you can manipulate this part. So I will go from I equal to 2 to I less than n. I less than n means it will go till 5 number. And then what I will do, I will say, now here is the main thing. You have to construct the formula. You have to construct the formula here. So at this point, we don't have 2. We don't have 2. We have I. So I have to say Fibonacci of I. In the mind, you will think of 2. Here I am putting I because I is 2. I know these two values, 0 and 1. Now I am filling the second value. So I know 0 and 1 is there, and now I am coming to the 2. So the statement I have written is this for 2. So here I will replicate this statement with this statement. So what is the value of I here? In the first case, we are not going to second loop. It's the first loop only. So what is the value of I?
2.
2. Because we are in the loop. Right now I am on this stage. I haven't gone to the second stage. This is the loop which will go on each by each line. So right now I am on this stage. Since this is 2, and I equal to 2, I will put I equal Fibonacci of I, not the Fibonacci of 2, because we have to construct the formula to replicate this so that it can be any number and we should be able to travel it. And what will be the value of here? This I will say Fibonacci. Instead of 0, what I will write? If I write 0, every time it will take 0. So second time also it will take 0. I don't want second time 0. I want second time it to be 1. So now since I is 2, what should I write here so it becomes 0?
-2.
I
-2.
minus 2 plus Fibonacci. Here what will I write?
0.
No, 0 I cannot write. If I write
-1.
what minus 1?
I -1.
I minus 1. If I write 0, it will be for all, it will become 0. So now for the 2, this is 2, this is 2 minus 2 is 0, that is this one. This is 2 minus 1, that is 1. So we completed for the 2. Let's see if this works for the 3. So if I is 3, 3 minus 2 is 1, which is 1 here, and 3 minus 1 is 2, which is 2 here. So for 3 also this is satisfied. This is the formula. Let's put the 4, Fibonacci 4. Then it will be 4 minus 2, 2, which is correct here, 2. And here it is 4 minus 1, that is 3, which is correct here. So for 4 also this is satisfied. Let's put for the fifth number. It is I minus 2, that is 3, and it is I minus 2. And this is I minus 1, that is 4. So if I put number 10 also, it will go correctly. So we have constructed this formula. This is the main formula which you have to remember. And this will be our program. I have to pass n equal to 6. So I will start with array, then I will put these two values hard codedly, and then I will go loop everything and I will try to add the numbers till I go to n number. Okay, so if I pass 6, it will go till 5 number. So if I want exactly 5 number, I will pass 6 as n. If I want to get this one, I will pass 7. So depending on what I want, I will pass that number. So let's try this part and see how it works. So I put in the console and I'll enter it. And the result is coming as 5 because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 5 number. Let's try to change the n equal to some different number, big, let's say 7 or 8. If I try to put 8 and we'll see what is coming. So it is coming 13. Let's see 8 is 13 or not. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Since I passed number 8, so it will go till number 7 only because we have put I is less than n. So it is showing 13. So if I pass 10, it will go and show the 34. Let's say 34. We can put the larger number also. Let's put 20 number. So for us, it will be difficult to calculate all, but here it will calculate all and it's giving 4181. So this is the function which you have to remember. So if I want to make it in function, I will create a function of maybe I can say Fibo name. I'll give Fibo name, and then I will put all this here. And I will pass n here, and then I have to return it something. So what will I return? Fibonacci what? What will be the value inside this? I pass n, but I am not taking till n. So if I put n here, it will not work. Why it will not work? Because I am going one level less than n. So if I put n here, then I am not going till n, so it will break. This is undefined. So what will come inside this?
-1.
Right, n minus 1. Now let's test this function. I'll create this function. I will pass fibo. Let's say I pass 5. It will give 3. Fibo 10. It will give 34. Fibo 20. It will give 4181. So this is a function which you have to write in the test interview. So they will ask Fibo, so you have to write this part. So just try to do multiple times so that you can remember it. 100% it will be asked. Call and apply may not be asked because they are more difficult, but this is something people expect you to give in the exam. So I am doing this vanilla JavaScript. This is very important JavaScript because if you go for interview in Facebook or some big company, they will ask only vanilla JavaScript, which I am showing you. Even if you go for React or Angular interview, they may not ask more questions on Angular, they will ask more questions on vanilla JavaScript because Angular anyone can do, and tomorrow Angular will be discarded and another will come. So if you know this vanilla JavaScript, you can work on anything, Angular or React or Vue or any framework. So most of the interviews, they ask this vanilla JavaScript. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's try now our, have you completed the change password?
I didn't get a chance to do it.
Okay, no time, no time.
Me either.
You did, Kate? No,
Tomorrow.
no time, okay. Okay, no problem. So let's close this one and then start the new one. So I will do it, just you watch and then you do tomorrow whenever you get time. So we'll go with the user, change password, and we see, okay. So I will attach the template. And here I'll say change password. I already showed you to change the password, we have to create the record set. I'll say rs edit and I'll use the connection and I'll use the lr user where session user id equal to session variable user id and I'll say okay. Then I will go here, insert application object, update record form. I'll choose connection. I'll choose the LR user and I'll choose user ID. And after updating, where you want go, maybe on this page only, or you can go to reminder page. Maybe we can send the user to reminder page. Maybe this reminder page or anywhere you want to send to user. And I don't need any other field. I need only the password field. I need to update only the password. So I will keep the password here. I'll say okay. And I'll press Ctrl M to add one row. And here I will create a confirm password. Here I'll create the edit text box. And here I'll say confirm password with 32 number. Okay, so this is something I created the password. So I can also put the current password, but since I know this person is logged in, so I can put this thing only without putting the current password. And I will show you also how to do the current password also. If you like, we will do that also. But right now I'll put confirm password. Right now I'm not checking the confirm password, but to check the confirm password, we need to write either you can put something in JavaScript or you can write the checking in the PHP. We'll do that after few, after few projects. I don't want you to put so much stress on that part now. Just we will create this field, but I will not do anything on this one. So what I'll do now, I need to also put user authentication or restrict access to the page, because change password can only be accessed by the person who is logged in. So I need to use the restrict authentication, and if user is not logged in, I will send the user to login page. Now I'll test it whether it's working fine. So it's saying password. I will put some different password, for example 123, and I click OK. And if I go into database, so you will see my password is changed to 123. Though the meaning of confirm password is not there right now, we may add the validation later on, or if you know the JavaScript validation, you can put it. I will show you how to put the JavaScript validation. Maybe you can, if you don't remember, just watch the video. So here I will to say on submit, I will create a one function and I'll return that function. I'll say return validate form. So I will create one function validate form. This is JavaScript checking of confirm password with the password. So I will create one function validate form in the header. So I'll go to the header. It's saying begin header and add editable. So it's inside this head part, I have to write the custom script. And here I will create one function validate form. And here I'll check. What I have to check? I have to check this password is equal to this password or not. So I want to put ID also, because JavaScript accessed by the ID. I have to check this ID is equal to this ID or not. So I will create two variables. One variable will be var password is equal to document dot get element by ID this password dot value, and I'll see what is the value is coming correctly or not, and I'll return false. If I return false, that means form will not be submitted. This form will only be submitted if this value is true. So if the valid form value is true, then only it will submit it, otherwise it will not be submitted. So I'll check if my console password is coming correctly or not. Then I will use it for confirm password. That is coming correctly. Okay. So this is different error. Don't worry about this. Is not my application. Maybe some advertisement is running and that is giving the error. This error is not in our application. See, this is something different. So now I'm getting the value of password. Similarly, I will do this for confirm password. And I'll check confirm password also, and I'll check password also, and I'll see both are coming or not. So both are coming. Okay, this O dot value, I think some, I installed some extension, because of that is coming. See, this is some different extension, load WFS. I'll remove that extension. So now I'll get confirm password and password. I'll check if password is not equal to confirm password, then give some error and say alert password does not match with confirm password, and return false. So if they don't match, I will return false. And here, whether I will pass true or false?
True.
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 Because if they don't pass, I want to return false and I don't want to submit the form. But if it is matching, then I'll return true. That means submit the form successfully. So I'll refresh it again, and I'll put different password 1 2 3 4 5 6. So it's saying password does not matches, and it will stay. The form will stay. But if I pass 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, if both are same, password will be updated and I will be redirected to another page. Got it?
Very cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to do change password also tomorrow. You have to do forget password also. Now how to do forgot password? First question, whether forgot password will need this restrict access or not?
Yes. Need it.
Carry.
I think so, yes.
The answer is no. The reason is user is not logged in because he forgot the password. So if you put that, he will not be able to go to this forgot password page. So
Yes,
don't
makes
put
sense.
this one. Okay, so don't put this one. Just create the form of, let's say I create one form. I'll show you something. Let's insert template. What is that one? I need to apply the template. And I will put form. Here I will remove the user ID. I will remove the update which Dreamweaver created. I don't need password. I need email because I will send the email. I will send the password in the email, and I'll say send my password. And here I will empty this part. So user will put the email, and when user will submit the form, when user will submit this button, that form will be submitted, and I'll check this. I will check this. I will check this email with my database if it exists in my database. So if I put this email, it will check in the database if this email exists or not. But tomorrow, if I put something blah 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 which does not exist, so that means I don't have that email in my table. So once user will submit this email, I will check this email if that email exists in our database or not. If it exists, I will send this password. I will send this password in the email to the user. So I will send this password in email to that user. So let's do that quickly. So I will create the record set, and record set will be rs edit, for example, and I'll create the connection and I'll choose the table. Now which field I am checking?
Email.
Email, because user will put email here and submit it. And what will be this? It will be URL or form variable. Is it a URL or form variable?
Form.
Why form?
because submit the form.
The reason is not the submit the form. The reason is form variable means post. URL variable means get.
Oh,
So
okay.
if we see this form, the form is having the method name of post. Since it is
Yeah,
the post,
post.
that's the reason I have chosen it form variable. If that method was get, I would have used URL parameter. So either it depends on us. We want to make it get or post. So generally it is better idea in the forgot password to make this as a get. So let's change it to get. So now since I change it to get, what will I use? Form variable or URL variable?
URL.
URL.
URL variable. And the email will be the field name. It is email, and I'll click OK. So since the form is get method, so we use the URL method, and we need to change the field name here. It's not password, it should be email. Okay, so we have email. So when the form will be submitted, then we need to remove this validation. Validation was only for confirm password, not for this one. So we need to remove this part also. Action is automatically same page. So form is the get and it passes the email. When it passes the email, it will go to this record set and we will get something value in this row rs edit. Let's see what is coming in row rs edit. So I will say, let's say if it matches, that means in database that email is there, then it will match. And if it will match, something will be there in this one row rs edit. Is it true or false? If something matches, row rs edit will have some value. Is it true or false? When I'm saying, when I submit this form, it will go to this record set and it will check the email in the database using this statement. And if email matches, that means if email is in my database, then this will having some value. Let's check what is the value coming here. So I will do print R and this one. And there will be some total rows also. So let's see what is total rows coming. Echo total rows are this one. So let's see what happened now in the Chrome. So if I pass now many at mkgalaxy.com, you will see the array is coming here in the top. All the variables which are in database is coming. And total rows are coming how much? 1. Because with that email, there is only one record. So it's saying 1. What if I pass some dummy email? So total rows are coming 0, right? Total rows are coming 0. And we don't have the array. So now what I will do, I will write some custom script in PHP. If total rows is greater than 0, that means some record is found, then send the mail. This is a comment, send email. Now how will I send the email? I will create a message. Dear user, what is the user? It is first name. So I'll write down the curly bracket and I'll say first. It is a first name. Exact spelling, it's a first underscore name. And curly bracket end. And here I'll say your password is, and I will put the password. And what is the password field? Password field is password field. Thanks. Just I'll write down this one. And I'll echo it to see what's in the message. And now I will send the mail. Mail to whom? To the user. So what is the user's mail? I can pull here from this binding panel. So this is the email to this email, and what is the subject I have to send? Forgot password. And what is the message I have to send? Dollar message, which I created in the previous line, this one. And then I have to send the from. From whom? Let's say I will say admin. And less than sign, greater than sign. The less than sign, greater than sign, you have to put the email admin at lifereminder.com, for example. Just I don't have this your domain, and will put at the sign in the beginning. So if errors are there, it will hide the errors. Right now, since it is local, my email will not work, so I will comment it. But I will see what is message is coming and how it is going. So now I'll go this page.
Do you need to put the NLBR?
Can you speak loudly?
Oh,
Pardon?
sorry. Oh, do you have to put the NLBR?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
And then yeah, for just testing. Here in real you will not put, but for testing you will put NL to BR to see. But real, because email automatically converts NL to BR, so we don't need to put that one. I will put now carry, for example. You will see, dear carry, your password is password because your password is password. Thanks. This is the array which I am getting. Total rows are 1. So let's delete this part. We don't need, this is for only debugging purpose. Let's change the email to any. Dear Manish, your password is 1234. Thanks. So this is the message which will be sent to the user, and he can then use this password and display it. This is only when we save the password in the normal format. If I encrypt the password, then I cannot send the password to the user. Then I will do some different thing, which I don't want to talk now, but I have to send some different thing. That is to reset the password, because I cannot retrieve the old password because if it is encrypted. This is only when we have unencrypted format. So right now for this exercise, we will only do this unencrypted format. No need to encrypt the password. Let it be unencrypted. So let's delete message now. So now once the email will be sent, I can create one variable dollar maybe status is equal to message sent or email or password sent to your email successfully. I'll create one status which I will display to the user. I'll say that initially I will say status equal to null, and here it will be status equal to password sent to successfully, and I will put this status after this forget password. 1 मिनट में आया status. I will say status here. Now if I pass, so it's saying password sent to your email successfully. Got it?
Yes.
Is it clear? Try to see the video again and do it